Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jeannie, and it's Jeannie's signature. Thank you all to my amazing subscribers. You all are wonderful. Thank you all. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So today I'll be making this beautiful kimono jacket with a flounce. As it looks, it's very beautiful, as you saw on the thumbnail. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end. And I'll just be making a tutorial of the shots as well, so that it will be like a jara. So without wasting further time, let's get right into it. So I already have my fabric folded on the table, and I'll be cutting both the front and the back at the same time. So if you know how to cut a basic bodice, this should be like very easy for you. So if you're a beginner and you don't even know how to cut a basic body, so this is an opportunity for you to see how it's being done. So in order for you to get what you have on fold, because this is not going to be having a zipper or a button or whatever, so I'm going to be cutting exactly the same thing that I have in the front with the same thing for the back. So I'm trying to get the length of my kimono, and then I'll add sewing allowances. So depending on the sewing allowances you want to add, you can just add appropriately. But if you feel like you need me to tell you what you need to do, then you can just go for 1 inch or 1.5 inches should be more than enough. So I just flip it over so that you'll be able to see all the markings that I'll be making. So the first thing I'll be getting after getting the length of the kimono is to get my shoulders. And for the shoulder measurement, you divide by 2, and then you mark it, and then you add half an inch for the sleeve, because of course this is going to be having a sleeve. Or if you want to cut yours without sleeve, then you don't need to add that to that. So I'll be coming down for my armhole curve, and then I'll be coming down by 9 inches as well for my armhole curve. So I'll be rolling all that out to show you. And so having done that, the next thing I'll be doing now is just to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. And after coming down by that 1 inch, please always remember to add half inch sewing allowance to your shoulder slope. And for my neck width, I'll be making use of 4 inches. So I'll just be sloping down my shoulder slope as you see me do, and then I'll add half inch immediately so that I won't forget. And so now for the depth, okay, so the next thing I want to do is to get my bust measurement divided by 4, and then whatever that is, I'm going to be marking. And then I added 2 inches sewing allowance to this, but if you want to add 1 inch, please go right ahead and do that. So now I'm going to be carving out my armhole curve. I'll do that of the front and the back at the same time, but before coming back to that, let me get my waist measurement. That will be my half length, where I'll be marking my waist measurement, and then I'll be marking my shoulder to my hip line. But alternatively, if you don't know your shoulder to hip line, you can just make use of your waist to hip. So now my waist divided by 4, I'll be marking that, and then I'll add 2 inches sewing allowance as well. And then on my hip line, I'll be marking my hip divided by 4, and then I'll add 2 inches sewing allowance. So whatever I have on my hip allowance is what I'll be taking to the length of the kimono. Bear in mind that we have different types of kimono. We have the ones that you can cut the sleeves together. We have various types, but this one is like a jacket. Well, all looks like a jacket, but this this one is just that the sleeves will be separate like you join the sleeves to it, not the cut together type. But maybe subsequently I'll be making a video on how to cut that one, that you have to cut all your sleeves and all together. So I'm repeating whatever measurement I have on my hip line with the sewing allowances, and then I'll be connecting that straight down. So I'll come back to my armhole area so that we'll iron that out before cutting it out. So I'll just get the midpoint of my armhole, as you can see. Just get the midpoint, and then you go in by half an inch. That is for the front armhole curve. And then you connect like so. And then for the back armhole, you just carve it out normally like that. So we have our back armhole, and then we have our front armhole. So now let me go to the neck depth. We already have our neck width, which was 4 inches. So in order to determine the neck depth, for the back neck depth, I'll be making use of 1 inch. And then for the front neck depth, I'll be making use of 4 inches. This thing can be so confusing at times. Don't mind it. So for the front neck depth, I'll be marking 4 inches. And then I'll be connecting that. Let me bring my French curve and use, because this pattern mascara can be very annoying sometimes. So if you have watched up to this level, please kindly hit the subscribe button. Kindly like, and if you want to leave any comment, please, it's entirely free. You don't need to pay any money for that. So please kindly leave comments. I would appreciate that. Thank you. So let me just use my French curve to cover that one very well so that it won't look odd. And so we have everything ready. So the next thing basically we're doing now is just cutting it out. So I'm going to be cutting the back piece first so that I will separate it and then adjust anything that will be needed for the front piece. So for the back piece, I'm cutting out the back armhole first, as you can see, and then I'll cut out the side seams. And then I'll come to the neckline and the shoulder slope as well. And then I'll cut out the back neckline. And so I'll be removing the one under so that that will serve as our back piece, and then I would adjust all the markings on the front piece. So I'll be adjusting the neckline and then the armhole area. So like I always say, fabric placement, or when you check your fabric, especially African prints, it's not only African prints anyways, there are most of these prints that comes with designs, so it's very good for you to study the fabric very well before cotton, because the way you place your fabric always brings out the beauty in most of these styles. So you can see the way I placed this fabric. That's exactly the way I'm cutting the back so that everything would align properly. So I'll be slitting the front part of the kimono into two, because this will have to be in 2 pieces while the back will be a single piece. So yes, we have our front pieces, as you can see. So this is how it looks. then we have our back piece, so that's a single piece. So I'll be setting this aside. I'll be cutting out lining for this, and it's going to be a full lining. So I'm going to be using a lining to turn it all the way around. I'm not going to be showing you how I cut out the lining because I already have some tutorials on that. So, and in order not to waste time, just make sure you cut exactly as you see like this. The same fabric, you cut the full lining. The only difference is that you may short the lining at the length by 1 inch so that the lining will go in properly. It will not be showing on the other side. So let me just go right ahead to cut one of the shorts. And so for the shorts, I'm just in order to determine what you need to have unfold, the biggest part of your body measurement for the tie should be your should be for the shorts should be your tie or your lap measurement. So, and that is what I have, and then I added like 2 inches sewing allowance to that. So for the length of my shorts, I'm going to be making use of a 2 inches band. So now I'll be placing my tip like so, as you can see, and then I'll be marking my waist to hip first, and then I'm going to be marking the crotch. So in order to determine your crotch, just divide your hip measurement by 4 and then you'll have your crotch. Alternatively, you can just ask your clients to sit on the flat surface, then you take the crotch measurement. So that is what I'm marking right there. So the next thing on the hip line, I'll be dividing my hip by 4, and then I'll add 1 inch sewing allowance to that. And then I will come to so whatever I have on my hip line, I'll be taking it all the way to the waistline. I hope the chalk is visible enough because there's no chalk that I will use that will show more than this. So I had to make use of a yellow chalk, as you can see. So now I just want to divide my waist by 4, and that is what I'm marking. So I'll be placing the tape from the line that I went up, as you can see. I just marked my waist divided by 4, and then I'll add 1 inch for that and 1 inch for sewing allowance. And from there, I'll connect to my hip line. And so on that crotch depth that I have, that line there, I'm marking my lap or my thigh measurement there. I will be dividing my thigh or lap measurement into 2, and then I'll add only 1 inch sewing allowance. So from there, I'll be making a curve to meet my hip line so that I'll have my crotch curve. So just draw like you are writing a letter C, just to meet it like so. So you have your crotch curve. Or alternatively, like some people, they would use their pattern master or the curve ruler. But I'm always freer, or it always comes out better when I use my hand, maybe because I'm used to making use of my hand anyways. So anything that works for you is good. So to the knee measurements, round knee measurements, I'll be dividing that into 2 as well, and then I'll add 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'm going to be connect from the crotch to the round knee measurement. And so we are basically through with the front part of the shot. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out right now. cutting out the crotch cuff, and that is how it came out. So you can see that our shirt is looking beautiful already. So now I'll be not folding this into two in order to get the midpoint so that I'll know where to input my dots. And so this is for the front. So I just want to show you how to get your dots. Just ensure that the 2 inches is up because of the band. You come down by 3 or 4 inches and then you take in your dots. So I'm going to be folding under fabric and then I'll be placing the front on the back. So I know that this material is a little bit of busy, so you won't really see it very well, but if you look very well intently you see it. So you can see that I placed my fabric exactly because I want the same pattern to be the same way. So at the crotch area I just came down by half an inch and then I extended my crotch by 2 inches. So you come down by half an inch so that that place will not be too uncomfortable for your client, and then I came out by 2 inches, like I extended the crotch. And on the waist area, around that crotch area, I went in by 2 inches, and then I was coming up by 2 inches as well. You go in by 2 inches and then you come up by 2 inches. That is the line you see me extend. And so for the 2 inches that I came in with here, I'm going to come to this other side and then bring it out, like had it back on the other side. This always gives your pants very good fitting, especially from the back view. When you wear it, OMG, the pants is just going to be sitting very perfect. So I connected from that 2 inches that I went up with and straight to meet the 2 inches that I extended or that I replaced. So for the side seams, I'm just going to be adding 1.5 inches on the hip area and then 1 inch to the hem of the shorts. And then I'll connect the lines. And so we're through with that side. So now the next thing we're going to be doing is to extend our crotch, to draw our crotch to meet that. So for this side seam, actually there's really no need to add any allowances here, because if you add allowances, that place is going to be looking bulgy. So just like slant it in to the side, as if you're just slant it in like so. You don't need to add any allowances to that. So now I'll be flipping this up so that I'll be able to carve out my new crotch curve for the back piece. So you can just make use of your free hand like so you can see the way it came out. So now we're through with the adjustments for the back piece, and then we're going to be cutting that out. So like I said, there's no need to add any allowance to that, but because you already have your allowances on the other side. So you can see. So I'm not really going to be showing you the sewing process of the shorts and all. I don't think that is necessary because I already have detailed tutorial on how to do that on my channel. I think the next tutorial I'll be making, I'm going to be cutting like a trouser, a pencil trouser, yeah. So watch out for that tutorial because that one will be having side pockets and every other thing that you'd want to know. So this is the back piece. As you can see that the crotch is crotching. So, and then this is the front piece. So you can see that all the patterns on the fabric is aligned properly. Yeah. So for the front piece, I just want to make a little adjustment. So on that crotch area, just come down by half an inch and then slant it to the side seam. Don't worry, it's not going to be affecting your crotch in any way. This is just to give it a balancing when you wear it in the front, so that it won't be uncomfortable when your client wears it. So I'll just be slanting that in. And then I'll cut it out. We're almost through with this tutorial, so, and then I'll notch that again because I had cut out where I notched earlier. So now I'll be setting this aside. So now I've gone ahead to cut out my lining like I told you, and I've used it to turn it all the way around. I've turned the front pieces. I've turned the back as well. I've even joined on the shoulders, and I've even gone ahead to attach the flounce that I told you. I don't want to show you a tutorial on how to do a flounce here because I already have a separate tutorial on how to achieve this on my channel, so I don't need to repeat it. So if you feel you don't know how to make a very good simple flounce, just go to my channel and you would see it there, how to make a spiral flounce. Yeah, so I just attached it on the left side of the jacket like so that it's to give it this kind of rich and the kind of feeling vibes like you saw on the thumbnail. And so basically I'm almost through right here. So the next thing I will be doing is just to take it to the sewing machine, remove the sewing allowances, and then fix the sleeves. I also have a tutorial on how to cut a basic sleeve, so if you don't know how to cut one, just kindly head over to the channel. So just check over under, you see all the tutorials that I have on my channel. Quite interesting. So let me just do it. So I'm just saying that by the time I give this flounce a very good press, but I've not ironed it here, it's still doing oof, oof. I didn't add any gum stay to it or paper stay, no. I just used the fabric like that. It's a doll face. So I'll just give it a very good press and then you'll see how it looks. Of course, you've seen how it looks, so you can see it right here. I've given it a very good press as at this point, so you can see it's coming down. Looking beautiful. My client really loved it. Yeah, so you can see the way it is now. It's looking beautiful, and it gave kimono a different kind of feeling. So I fixed my sleeves and decided to add that band to it. So I couldn't make use of the exact sleeve that is on the thumbnail because my client's fabric was not enough, so I improvised by making this normal sleeve and she liked it. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, we've come to the end. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly give this video a very big thumbs up. So thank you all and God bless you. And this is June's Signatures as usual, and I'm signing out. See you all on my next tutorial. Ciao.